Tonight, the Ontario government steps in to save the experimental lakes area. And I dish the straight talk on how greenies could get more media play. Here's a hint. Just about everything is hashtag winning. This is the ENV. Good evening, folks. We're on location this week during what is most definitely not a psychologist-encouraged getaway. No. We're talking lakes, so we came to a lake. Last week, Ontario Premier Kathleen Wynne announced that the Ontario government has agreed to provide operating support for the experimental lakes area and would work to come to an agreement that would allow the research to continue. Now, enviros are hailing this as a victory for science, but I've always been more of a feelings guy. So I caught up with a local resident. He had this to say.
Well, normally I'm very in favor of experimentation, but I don't know, I feel like it was fumbled a bit, like they didn't, quite, grasp what they needed to, get their hands on, but it kind of slipped through their fingers, and so, I don't know, lakes are great. The Great Lakes are lakes, and...
Folks, I'm afraid we've just seen what comes from a career of softcore outdoor porn. Wisdom. Preach! Moving on. Now that we've covered our green victory portion of the show for what will likely be the next decade, let's get back to the bread and butter. Just in time for Earth Day, oil spills are back in our visages, and this time they didn't have to go door to door. Rather, in the past few weeks, oil spills have become newsworthy for just how newsworthy they don't appear to be. Sentiments echoed in both a Newsweek article about the BP spill in the Gulf and the Pulitzer Prize-winning Inside Climate News report on a 1 million-gallon spill into the Kalamazoo River, dubbed the Dilbert disaster. Sorry? Oh, that's the drill bit disaster. Oh, what's that? Yeah, 2 syllables. Sounds like, the Philbin disaster. Sorry? Oh, yeah, nobody cares. So, why is it that these types of disasters fail to seduce the voluptuous Queen Media's attention? To get the answer, we've got to go to the roots. This is a little off the top. We've cleaved the tips, so now what's at the dome? Oil spills are boring. News is big business, and green just doesn't bring the green. It's no wonder even the liberal rag, the New York Times, eliminated their environment desk. Nobody cares. But these stories just need a little makeover. Let's say we're talking about the ExxonMobil spill in Nigeria of 2010. At first glance, you think it's got everything a sexy story needs. 1 million gallons of oil. Local community demonstrations shut down by security guards. A tie-in to the larger social issue of international oil companies and the power in developing nations. If that's not a 10 in a tight dress, I don't know what is, right? Wrong! Where's the human aspect? How does it affect me? Who are the political winners and losers? Should I go buy a new patio set? This story's got nothing for Big Wolf to sink his old teeth into. So here's how to spice it up. First, it didn't happen in Nigeria. That's too far away, okay? It happened in LA. It can be some kind of West Coast Deepwater. Everybody loves sequels. Second, it's not an oil spill. That's been done to death. Now, it's 1 million gallons of power thirst.
Power thirst! Energy drinks for people who need gratuitous amounts of energy!
And instead of a pipeline, it's Charlie Sheen. Okay? This spill bangs 7-gram rocks. So now we've got something we can relate to. I mean, the how does this connect to Breaking Bad storyline practically writes itself. So greenoids, if you want a little salience, get some bear blasting. Stat. Come on. A little less conversation, a little more pump gas. And if ever the remotest opportunity should arise, get Beebs involved. Oil boredom or something. I don't know. And while you're at it, find, some trinkets to sell along with the occasion. Maybe a Bieber-shaped planet Earth. I don't know. Just get it done. And that about wraps it up for here at the Cottage Reality. thanks for gawking. And I'm gonna go enjoy the ladies, because this is what we call a reverse mohawk. Dubbed the Dilbert Report, the Drill Bit Report, the Philbin... Did I say report?
Yeah.
Me.